It's our lifetime, Facebook lifetime. How are you? Gosh, I want to apologize for the past few days. I've not get on Facebook Live. And I was attending through the whole weekend from last Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 4 days of Leadership Academy with Tony Robbins' whole team. Wow, it's a phenomenal experience. And we had such kind of an intimate, by the way, intimate environment. We have dozens, every room just have dozens of people compared with other bigger event have hundreds and thousands of people, right? And we have around 30 people, all coaches, but we have 7 or 8 trainers and team leaders, and all there to support us to grow. And we have the peer practice as well. So you learn and you practice, and have a group discussion, and also peers body practice. So it's wonderful, and I did not even get much time to share, right? But here today I want to talk with you. Do you also have sometimes that kind of overthinking and not taking action symptoms? Sometimes we have so much inspiration, right? So many things we want to share, and then we did not know where to start. And other times we were overthinking, have some different excuses, right? For example, initially I want to find a better time. Now, by the way, it's evening time, almost 7 p.m. Eastern time. I was thinking, I should have started earlier, right? Should around 1 or 2 p.m. and to start a live video. So I got a chance to share with people, and people are watching, right? Now it's a dinner time. And then I have other thinking. It's maybe this topic, what should I say? There are so many things to share, right? So much inspiration, I don't know where to start. Or maybe you're thinking, how about this part I'm not so familiar with, or maybe not I'm so excellent about it, right? How about other people's opinion and feedback? So you think about this and that, and then, or maybe distractions about you have kids, you have family members, and when you were thinking and they jump in and this and that, you get totally distracted and forget what you want to share, right? So sometimes people just overthink. Give themselves all this kind of excuses, right? I maybe should start on Monday instead of Tuesday, all this kind of thing. I don't know if you have that. I know some people said, they have overthinking, and especially, for example, they prepare to launch something, and they have these thoughts and that thoughts. Do you know how many thoughts we have? Dozens of thousands of thoughts every day, and do you know over 90% of them are really not very meaningful or useful, and it's actually majority of them are just a repetition of previous day's thinking. So that's why people say do not listen to your mind. Sometimes your mind can really misguide you or cheat you, right? You think that you are having so many thoughts, but actually only very small part, just a few percent or maybe 10% of them are really valuable to your day. And these days where, especially I'm learning from Tony Robbins' Time of Your Life. That learning program is wonderful. How you can focus more on your outcomes and results, how to lead by your purpose oriented, and then how to take the massive action, but it's results and purpose oriented. So that's very helpful for us to get really out of our daily to-do list and focus on what outcomes I want. So there are so many things, for example, the whole day you can do, right? Especially for our, what kind of values. If you really focus on your top outcomes you want to have for the day, and, especially if you have kids. I have 2 kids now, teenagers. They keep have different requests, and sometimes my daughter, very active kid, right? So different things, you get distracted and then you forget. So that's why our focus should not be really on the to-do list, but more importantly, really on the outcomes, what we want to focus on, and what kind of, the things can really make us fulfilling. That's the most important thing, okay? If you are really clarified with your purpose, and then all your outcomes will be focused on your purpose. So those things that could help you fulfill will be your priorities. But the other things, maybe not so important, right? So that program, the Time of Your Life, helped us to focus on every day. I found 5 categories, the outcomes, instead of 20 or 30 to-do list. Every day I could list a long list from my work to a kid to a home, right? Everything. There's so many. If you just randomly list them there, you will get so much distracted And of course, you will also get an overthinking, right? So, but if you really use this great way to really have your outcome focused, also the purpose oriented, and then based on that, you have a 5 categories. For example, I design my life every day. I have 5 categories. From the first one, I focus on my love yourself, take good care of yourself. I have like morning routine, night routine, and how to do the exercise, the energy, everything, right? So that's the first category of my life. So that one really makes sure that I can live every day abundantly. That's super important to me. That's the most meaningful and fulfilling one. And the second category, I choose my coaching practice and business, because this one I really can provide values to help other people and make me feel fulfilling. Right, this is my second category, and under each, by the way, each category you could have a different actions to take. You design that your day, and this make your day also flexible. You could have, for example, choose 3 or 4 actions to fulfill each categories, but you do not necessarily need to finish all of them. But if you can choose those priority ones, those must, instead of like, you may need to do but not necessarily urgent to do or important to do, right? So focus on those must and priority things. And my third category, for example, it is really my kids, right? I want to raise a healthy and very positive kids, and I still have a little bit like thinking. I was between the 2 and the 3, which one is important? Of course, I think, of course, in the my kids are super important in my heart. If I really need them, if they need me to be there, right? Like if it's impacting their growth, impacting their characters, I will be there, always be there for them. But the majority of the time, I put my work, my coaching also at a very priority level, because this make me feel valuable, feel like fulfilling. It's really my true call to help other people. So that's why I have the 2 and the 3 categories almost like side by side, but then I put like the majority time in the day, I will put my coaching on the second and topper priority. And of course, if my kids get sick, of course they will be number 1 priority. And then the number 4 is my environment. It's really the environment I'm building. How to maintain and create a beautiful and very comfortable, enjoyable environment for my kids. So all your like chores, all your cleaning stuff, you can put in that category. So now you have the outcome categories, and Tony Robbins called it like chunking. And then you have all these like actions under each of them. And now you design your day. Then you will become more focused. What do you focus? Focus more on the value, the meaning, and also the outcomes. And that's really contributing to your long-term fulfillment on your purpose. And then you get such organized, then you will not become like so distracted, right? All these kind of things going on and come and go. So you will not know, what should I share, right? So if now you get more focused on those major categories, outcomes of your day and of your life, and life is much easier. And now talking about the overthinking. So when you do not have that 20-30 kind of a to-do list in your mind, and you have only those 3 or 4 kind of outcomes focused, your mind will be more sharp, right? You will be more like in that kind of ideal state of yourself, and that you can concentrate. And now talking about procrastination. If you have all the kinds of excuses, I should do this, but why I'm not doing it, right? For example, Facebook Live, since yesterday I was thinking about I should do, and then I have so many things to do. And then I was thinking about, maybe the time is not right, or maybe the topic. I was thinking about different topics, and then I find some excuses, so maybe like, maybe not today, tomorrow. Okay, today I was thinking, was still thinking about some other things, but eventually I made a decision. I will make the appointment with myself. Yeah, it's very important, okay? If this is very meaningful, yes. This Facebook Live, I can talk, I can teach, I can share, I can inspire, empower. So this is super important in my alignment with my values to deliver, right? So you put this on priorities, and then it's very important here, okay? It's like really block your time. Block time on your calendar and schedule it. And today, I'm not getting to the perfect time yet, but I'm now double checking my calendar. I like, for example, Tony and Dean, Dean Grossase, I'm in their KBB community. Dean make every Monday, 1 p.m. Eastern time, is his weekly community time, and sharing 20 or 30 normally like a 10 or 20 minutes of messages every Monday 1 p.m. Eastern time. So he booked on his calendar, and he has been doing it for 3 years. So, and now it's easy, right? Of course, they are much more busier, busier than us. But they have so many, it's like a bigger business and so many customers and so many projects. But he can still keep on like a Monday 1 p.m. Eastern time every week. Why is that? Because you need to turn the most important things. If you can turn that into a habit and really book on your calendar. Sometimes before we develop some kind of a habit, we may like not be able to really stick to it, right? So the best thing to help you to avoid overthinking is really find the most meaningful outcomes you want and the must actions you want to take to book on your schedule and make that very like a repeatable and regular. Like for example, every Monday I want to choose 2 p.m. to do my live talk like this, right? And you book on your calendar, then no matter what, you will go to deliver. If you may have some time, some contingency change, you will notice your community, but you still show up on the same day, whenever the time is, right? But majority time you can stick to that time, and you arrange your other tasks around those most important must actions, right? And then you will not need overthinking. Oh, should I do this time or should I do that? If you book and really lock on your calendar, you must do it, right? This is a must. So I'm now really like introducing this kind of a thinking process. I'm not sure if you are with me. Hi, Michael. How are you? Michael Scott. And so nice to have you here. Feel free to comment under my video. So I'm now thinking about if we have, like, we are humans, right? Of course, sometimes we may, before we pick up any like a great habits, we could have that kind of overthinking, especially if you are really like either logical person or also very inspired person. You have so much in your mind and so much you want to share, and sometimes and also if you are too busy, you will have overthinking. But if you book on your calendar and lock that time, and also clarify this is a must, it's super important to my outcomes, the top outcomes I want to achieve, and also it's purpose oriented, will in long run help me fulfill, help me like be more successful, help other people get the best value, and then you book it, and then you do not need to worry about that. So I'm still improving on this track. Okay, so I told myself I want to do it Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Yesterday I did not get a chance to do it. It was so, because I'm in a special training now with Tony Robbins' team, and the whole day we were in that program, and so it's very intense in this 2 or 3 months. Very intense training. We have all the homework, assignment, peer practice, all the things. So that's why I could not stick to the original schedule. But then, if you really say, "Oh, I would do it," and without thinking, grab your cell phone. Doesn't matter how like a lot of things you can talk, but really the most thing you want to fulfill is like keep your promise. Keep your promise to yourself and keep your promise to other people. So that's here I am. So I'm wondering, do you have the overthinking issue sometimes? And how can we overcome that? How can we do not have the procrastination and can really provide the values? Okay, that's the most important thing. Like you have the desire to provide values and really want to add value. And even though your mind is still overthinking sometimes, right? Your mind is still overthinking, but our motion, our movement can take it. Okay, it's just like the state. Tony Robbins has been emphasizing the state. If you are at the high state, if you are at the beginning at the low state, how you can help yourself quickly get into that high state. Okay, and you make that decision in that moment. Make a quick decision and just do it. Do not overthink about it. So this is the most important message here is really reflect what is your purpose and what's the most important outcomes you want to achieve during the day. And among those top like outcomes you want to achieve, under it, list the actions you can take, and also mark the priorities. What is must? What is just like it's okay to do it, and you do not necessary to do it. But if you focus on those priority things, and those are must things, those that contribute to your fulfillment and results. Focus on those ones, okay? Hi, Alison, how are you? Nice to see you. And I'm wondering if you guys have any kind of a project or any launching or any like important things you want to do. You know that you should do it. You know that you need to do it, but you may have some overthinking. That's how to say, it's like your obstacle, and also like challenging, like it's hold you back from doing what you really want to do. Okay, I want to hear some sharing under my video to let me know what is what you are overthinking. Are you worrying about other people's judgment, or you concerned about, oh, maybe I'm not great enough on this topic, or maybe like oh, where should I start? I don't know if you guys have this habit to do Facebook Live. Last year I challenged myself to do 90 days Facebook Live challenge every day, continuously, 90 days. I did that. So I now have the confidence I have that. But now, if this year, if I do not continue to do that, if I do not keep that consistency, and then that kind of overthinking bad habits getting back. So it's very important for you to create some like structure, a system to hold you accountable when you sometimes, right, our mind, our thinking could fail us, because there's so many thinking you could have overthinking, and that's like become your obstacles. So the best way is create that system and structure. Like for example, Facebook Live, I can challenge myself. I will do it every week, at least 2 or 3 times. And the best way, in that way, is still not good enough, because you can still say, oh, this time I have this and that kind of excuses, I may not do it. So the best way is really log it in your calendar. Specifically, make that appointment with you. Make it like an event. And even better way, announce it in advance. I will gradually to do that. Like I will put it like a regular schedule. For example, every Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern time, put on my schedule and create the images and the related events, announce it in advance. Maybe Friday I will announce it, and my network people will know. So if you keep doing that, just like I mentioned, Dean Gross-Asi has been doing that for 3 years. Every Monday, 1 p.m. he booked on his calendar and showed up in his KBB community. And then it becomes just habit. When something becomes your habit, you will not overthinking, because it's already listed there. It's a must. You must do no matter what, right? Even though you want to find some excuse, you cannot, because it's already booked. You already announced it, and everybody knows it, and you will hold accountable. So that's the best way to help us to really overcome any kind of overthinking. Just use a structure, create a system, but most importantly, really find the purpose and outcomes you really want to achieve, so that you choose the activities or actions to fulfill that outcome. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Just a little bit like sharing right before my dinner time. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'm also improving on this way. I would learn how to find the best time of my week, and how to book on my calendar to make it regular until everybody knows that. And then I could not escape at all, right? So everyone is holding me accountable. So when it's that time, I will show up. Doesn't matter whatever, if I'm fully prepared or not, if I'm distracted or not, I have to show up at that time. Okay, so whatever you want to achieve, either it's like a launch, it's a project, anything you want to really do it, but it's your overthinking or other things that are holding you back. I want you to think about it, create some system and a structure to hold you accountable, and also reflect the deep meaning, the deep like value, if that this thing, by doing this thing, is making you fulfilling and making you really realize the best outcomes you want to have for your long-term fulfillment and happiness. Okay, thank you so much. Feel free to comment under my video. I really hope that you enjoy my chat before our dinner time, and let me know what you want to chat more, and what you want to maybe to discuss more. What's your experience? Okay, thank you so much, everyone. Enjoy your Tuesday evening. Bye.